Winning couples. Have you all seen that Instagram reel where it's a sound, the real sound says, hey, hey, there's always somebody coming on screen who's been missing in action? That is me.
Hey, hey, how y'all doing?
I have been missing in action, but I'm about to explain. But for those of you who might be coming to the channel for the very first time, hi, I am Robin May. I'm a licensed therapist and executive coach, and I believe in marriage is committed to helping Christian couples win in their marriage, and we still are. So, hey, all right, y'all. Yes, I know. I have been MIA actually since April. But I wanted to explain to you all what has been going on, why I've been quiet. It has been actually intentional, it was not accidental. And I'm about to pour it all out right here. Okay. So I have notes in front of me because if y'all remember, since I've been missing for so long, if I don't have notes in front of me, I will chase butterflies. I'll be all over the place. And I may not need them because I might remember all the points I wanted to make, but there's nothing dramatic. There's nothing dramatic. So take a deep breath. But I have learned in these many years of being a woman of faith, of building the brands that I am building, being a mom, a wife, just a woman, I have learned to pay attention when I start sensing something is off, or when I start sensing the Lord is trying to get my attention. And starting around April, I started to sense that. I started to feel like something was going on. Now, first, I want to tell you, I am here. I still believe in marriage, okay? I still believe in marriage. I still believe in the work I am doing. And I'm going to explain to you why it's important for me to say that. So, starting in April, I started sensing that something was shifting in me, that I was being pulled in a direction. I wasn't fully clear where or how. I'm getting clearer now. I can't say that I'm 100% clear, but I don't think when you are on this journey, you'll always have 100% clarity. You know, God told Abraham, go, and go from your homeland, just go. And he didn't tell him you're going to end up here. He just said, go. And I started sensing that. I started sensing something is shifting, something is happening. And I decided to start really paying attention to that. So I haven't really just been quiet on I Believe in Marriage. So let me back up a little bit because I don't want to assume everybody watching fully understands the work that I do. I have said for 20 plus years that I am called to women and couples, women and couples. I'm called to empower women and encourage women and empower couples, encourage women and empower couples. I've said that for 20 plus years and I still am. And so not only have I been quiet, I've been absolutely quiet. I believe in marriage. I've only been somewhat engaged with my Robin May online work. The difference there is that I share a lot of personal on my Robin May Online Instagram. When you follow me over there, go follow me over there. And so I am still posting some of that, but I haven't been as engaged with the business aspect of that brand. So there's I Believe in Marriage, and then there's Live Life LLC. I Believe in Marriage, Live Life LLC. So both of the brands, I was sensing a shift, and I still am. And actually, if anybody out there is listening to this and you're watching this and you would love to help me with I Believe in Marriage, I have a specific role that I am needing help with. It is brand awareness, and I'm explaining that in just a minute. So DM me or reply to this. If you get this in email, reply. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment, holla at your girl. So I recognized I needed to start to evaluate what I was building for both brands. But right now, I'm going to talk specifically about I Believe in Marriage. Um, Marriages need even more from me in terms of how God wants me to serve in this area. Now, I want to be careful because I think that there are times that we can be grandiose and think that the world, the whole world is waiting on me. I'm not being grandiose. I'm saying specifically with how the Lord has crafted me and the gifting that He has given me and the work He's called me to do, I'm realizing that the marriages that I am called to serve needed something different from me. And I recognized that I was expending my energy in a way that was no longer serving me and it was no longer serving the brand. I'm going to say that again. I have been expending my energy in a way that was no longer serving me and it was no longer serving the brand. I was sharing a lot of content, a lot of content. And I've been doing this for 20 years. And so there's no end to, well, that sounds a little bit arrogant. There's a lot of content that I have. I mean, I've been doing it for 20 years. And so I was sharing a lot of content. But I began to recognize that I'm expending my energy in a way that's not getting a good return on the investment. Not that people aren't blessed. I know people were, y'all in my DMs. I know you all are being blessed, but I realized that I needed to show up a little bit differently. And I recognized that I needed to shift how I am building the brand of I believe in marriage. And I'm going to share what that shift is, but that's why I have been quiet because I needed to, first, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. I just was finding myself triggered by things that I didn't need to be triggered by, responding in ways that I normally don't respond. Um, Wanting to respond to some things that I normally would ignore. And those are always indicators, girl, what's going on with you? So I had to be quiet to figure out what it is I was sensing. So first, that was part of it. Something's going on. Then when I started getting more clarity, I'm like, wait a minute, this feels a lot bigger than me. This feels bigger than what I can do. So I had to start figuring out, what do I tackle first? Where do I go first? Talking to my husband a lot, talking to friends, praying. That's what I have been doing. And so now I have so much more clarity. And so I'm going to share with you what's changing. But first, I made some notes because there are a few things that I know for sure when it comes to Christian married couples. Christian married couples don't need more information. There's plenty of information out there. They struggle with implementation. They're struggling. So many couples are struggling. You have a plethora of information. First, I think it's almost information overload, trying to synthesize what's principle and what's preference. What do we specifically need, or what can we put on the back burner? So it's not the information, but it's the implementation. It's the transformation. It's the heart work. I don't want to get ahead of myself. It's the heart work. It is, how do I take this truth and this principle and how do we really apply it to our marriage? And I'm recognizing that's part of the work I need to be focused on, not just information, but implementation, transformation. So many couples are overwhelmed. They are confused. They're questioning. They're trying to hang in there. And I want to have a clearer path where couples can get the support that they need. I also recognize that we have to define what a healthy marriage is even clearer. We have to make it even more clear so that couples can have a framework. Remember that word, so that couples can have a framework that they can work toward. Surprisingly, there are not a lot of people of color, Black couples, Black women. There are, don't get me wrong, but let me just say this. I'm gonna say this as high level as I can. I went to my husband and I are part of a marriage retreat program, and we went to the marriage. We love it there. We love, 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 love it there. but we got a list of resources and I was that we could share with other couples. And as we were going through the resources, and we serve there, we serve as host couples. As we were going through the resources, I didn't see any resource that were people of color. And that burdened my heart. That burdened my heart. And so, okay, this is leaning into where I believe in marriage is going. But I really want to make sure that couples, especially couples, Black families, at least have not just the resource, but know how to implement the resource. So here's what's on my note. What is changing with I Believe in Marriage? I am reprioritizing the focus. I am reprioritizing the focus. I am still committed to helping Christian couples win in their marriage, but how I do that is going to be changing. I am really wanting to make sure that I am impacting places where couples gather, places where couples come together. So a lot of times that's in church world, right? So I'm really trying to, or I will be reprioritizing my focus to ensure that churches are aware of the resources that I Believe in Marriage provides. Also, I will be doing more curriculums, more courses, and hopefully by the spring of 2027. I know that's extended. I am working on a book that's coming out in the fall of 2026 for women. And then I will be able to focus. Actually, I will be focusing then on completely redoing our communication course. That will be a book as well. And hopefully that will be coming out around spring of 2027. And then hopefully by fall of 2027, we will have another book for married couples. Told y'all, we're expanding the work. So curriculums, strengthening what am I trying to say? Not the knowledge, strengthening the awareness of the courses we already have. And like I said, writing books. So we're reprioritizing our focus, we're expanding our resources. So that means I am still going to be here and I'm still going to be posting on YouTube, posting on Instagram. However, I just won't be posting as frequently because I have to make sure that I am honoring my own capacity. So I won't be posting as frequently, but prayerfully, when we do post, there will be even more depth. Again, more application. How does this apply to me? How do I take this and actually make it applicable for my situation? So prayerfully, it will be more depth. It just won't be as often. So that's kind of what's changing. Is more curriculums, courses, and books. Less posting, but more depth. What's going to stay the same? My commitment to marriage is not going anywhere. I'm a bit obsessed about it. Can I tell y'all a secret? I was speaking with a brand consultant and I was challenged with whether or not I wanted to maintain the work of I Believe in Marriage. Because it's not just I Believe in Marriage that's being rebranded, it is also the work I do with women. I can't let go of couples. It just is in my DNA. Like I love it so much. I'm so called to it. I'm burdened by it, but I am called to it. And so my commitment is not going anywhere. Me believing that we can help Christian couples win in their marriage is not going anywhere. Helping individual couples is not going anywhere. The work I do with counseling, coaching couples, me with them. We call that one-on-one, but it's not one-on-one. My little literal brain has a hard time calling that one-on-one because two. It's two of them and me. Um, Probably toward 2027, I may not be doing as much couples work individually, but for now, I'm still seeing couples one-on-one. And again, there we go, one-on-one. My work with couples are not under my counseling practice. The work I do with couples is under my coaching practice, but I'm still doing that. So I just wanted to let you all know that I am still here. We are still believing in marriage, and you can help. Can you send this video to your friends and tell them to subscribe to the channel? Can you let them know that we are here? We are still committed. Make sure they're following us on Instagram. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. The Instagram link will be in the bio. But before you go, I mean, in the description, but before you go, I wanted to make sure you knew of what resources we have available for you right now. Have you invested in the couples playbook? This is the time to do it. We are headed into The year, July 1st is officially the middle of the year. This is a perfect time for you and your spouse to sit down and redo or do your strategic plan for the year. So invest in the couples playbook. Then pause and connect is the weekly audio resource that you and your spouse can invest in, that's allowing you and your spouse to have a weekly investment in your marriage where you listen to my voice, giving you a marriage principle. Go ahead and invest and pause and connect. All of this will be in the description. And then if you have dealt with infidelity, I pray you haven't, but if you have, we have a whole course to help you and your spouse navigate the terrains of infidelity. So I will have the link to all of that in the description. And again, we are still here. We are still committed to helping Christian couples win in their marriage. Make sure you stay connected. And listen, let me know you watched this video. Comment or DM us on Instagram to let us know you were here. I am so grateful for you all. And